Gentlemen, boys, and girls, how are we doing on this lovely Monday morning? I hope all of you guys are well. I'm doing wonderful. I'm starting off my morning the right way, about to have my morning coffee. But first, I wanted to talk a little bit about UCLA because it happened again. Fans are not showing up to watch UCLA football. They don't care to show up to the Rose Bowl anymore. And there could be a number of factors as to why this continues to happen, but it seems like the number of people attending the games is dropping each week. It seems like the number is dwindling. It's not getting any better for UCLA football. No one's coming to watch the games. There is a state of confusion. There is a state of perplexity. And UCLA, they're just not drawing any interest. So once again, they drew an embarrassingly small crowd for the second week. I think the second week was far worse than the season opener. In fact, I think this is the lowest attendance has been since, correct me if I'm wrong, 1982. I think it's been that long since we've seen a small crowd at UCLA. I mean, you basically, like Rob Parker said, the host of Odd Couples on Fox Radio, and the well-known radio personality here in Southern California, Rob Parker. He came out and said you could literally share a medium-sized pizza with everybody. I mean, that's how small of a crowd it was. And this is embarrassing if you're a football program like UCLA. It's very embarrassing. I think you have more fans coming to see their basketball team than you do UCLA, and it doesn't help that the team is not a very, very good team. Now you have to compete against USC because USC has suddenly emerged into this borderline powerhouse team that looks unbeatable after 2 games. A team that has a flashy name as a quarterback now in Caleb Williams. A team that is led by a premier head coach now. Someone who is not a yes man. Someone who is going to restore the culture of that program, Lincoln Riley. But over at UCLA, you have a guy by the name of Chip Kelly. Are the fans giving up hope on Chip Kelly? And I mean, if you want to make an excuse for why the fans are not showing up, you can't blame it on the heat because the temperatures have cooled down here. We suddenly got over a heat wave that we recently experienced. So you can't sit here and blame it on the weather because it was much cooler this past weekend. So it's not the weather. You can find a number of excuses, but it's certainly not the weather. Not at all. Not at all. And then Troy Aikman, a pro football Hall of Famer and a former UCLA standout, ripped the Bruins' attendance. I have the quote right here in front of me. I should read it. This is an embarrassment, but we couldn't fill the Rose Bowl in 1988 when we were the number 1 team in the country, Aikman tweeted. Anyone else at UCLA think it's time for an on-campus 30,000 seat stadium? Of course, if we can't play better than we did today, it would be half empty too. So Troy Aikman kind of hits it on the nail there, right? If we don't get any better and if we don't play well, it would be half empty. People here in Los Angeles, and I know this because I live here, they want to see a winning team. They want to see you put a winning product on the field. And that's something UCLA has not done consistently well under Chip Kelly. I mean, you get off to a fast start like they did last year. You know, so many people had high hopes for UCLA, and then it all just fell apart. You know, we was ready. We was ready to call this team a national power. I mean, that's how dynamic they were to start the season. You know, we was ready to really put them on the national scale, right? We was ready to make it nationally known that this team was ready to compete. Not. We spoke too soon about UCLA. And this year, you know, people are saying, well, why not relocate? Why not build a campus stadium? You know, maybe it appears to be, maybe UCLA appears to be in a geographical quandary about its attendance attendance woes because they don't play on campus. I don't know. Build a campus stadium. Good luck with that one. Because UCLA's Rose Bowl lease runs through June 30th, 2044. And it does not include an opt-out clause, by the way. So it looks like UCLA is going to be playing at the Rose Bowl for a very long time. So a stadium being built on campus won't come to fruition anytime soon. Sorry, that's not happening. It was not too hot this weekend. You know, they didn't play Bowling Green this weekend. Yeah, I know it wasn't an exciting opponent. You know, students are back in class now, so that didn't have anything to do with it. The best solution to draw fans is to win football games. Make your program more interesting. You know, recruit some of the nation's best and develop those players. Make your team fun and exciting to watch. Maybe it's time for a new coach. Maybe Chip Kelly isn't the guy. Maybe it's time to move on from Chip Kelly and hire a coach who can not only recruit some of the nation's best, but also develop those players. Build those players into becoming grown men. Maybe that's the type of coach they need. If they want to compete with USC. If they want to restore that rivalry. And make football fun again at the University of Los Angeles. At the University of California, Los Angeles, California, UCLA. If the Bruins want to be taken seriously and they want fans to show up to the games, they need a winning coach and they need to put a winning product back on the field. Simple as that. It's going to be very, very hard to garner so much attention from the fans in Southern California because USC is back. They're relevant again. So that takes a lot of the spotlight off of UCLA. The Bruins are not going to shine as bright as the Trojans will. Because for one, the Trojans have always had a legendary football program. They just fell into the dumps for a few years. You know, they were, you know, in a pit of mediocrity. So UCLA was able to, you know, garner some of that attention and steal some of that spotlight away from USC. Well, they can't do that anymore. They're going to have to find more creative ways, to take back the front pages of the LA Times. Because right now, they're on the second page, or if not, the back page of the LA Times. They're not going to be the most appreciated program in Southern California when USC is playing at such a high level. So the fans don't care. Maybe they decide to stay home and watch it on TV. Maybe they don't want to drive all the way to Pasadena to see a football game, especially a team that's not very good. So you want to solve your problems? You want to fix this? You want to find a cure for it? Then put a winning product on the field. I'll see you guys later. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget, tonight's Monday, so I do have my show with Gunzo and the Judge. We will be streaming that show from the ASAP Sports Network, and you guys can also check that out right here as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share this video. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.